There are a lot of boards dating back, I mean, all the way to the beginnings of Burton and the beginnings of snowboarding that have influenced some of the boards that you're seeing in the family tree this year. I mean, we can trace all the way back to the Burton back hill. But those boards really kind of, broke the crust, if you will, for what this free ride line has become for us.
The thing when you make like all the different boards, like a big quiver, like the family tree as we call it now, it's kind of where you live or where you're going to ride, where that board would probably fit in, and a lot of different shapes that would work and be more fun that day or that terrain or that mountain.
Burton's always had these powder boards, and the boards rode okay, but I was always thinking, man, I just want to ride something smaller. And it was like a big step for Burton and snowboarding and the industry to say, okay, now your powder boards are going to be smaller.
Back in 2002 with the fish, this was kind of when we started building quiver boards. And basically, JG, Jake, they grew up riding, these early boards over here, and these are the boards that have influenced the current line of the family tree.
If you look back at some of the videos from Stefan from the past, 2, 3, 4 years, he's riding the fish a lot. But, we've been watching him and wondering, why he's on such a directional board for these, these big booters that, he's throwing, like I said, double backs and 10s on a fish. Just kind of struck us as odd.
And then from there they were like, okay, we're going to do this new thing, the family tree. We'd like you to work on this one board, and we already kind of have a shape for it, so they sent me out a couple prototypes. It ended up being the Choose Wagon. We had a couple names for it, and just figured we could maybe spice it up a little bit with the tail and the nose shape, kind of how the old boards were, a little more pointy, and figured it would kind of fit in that whole family tree, because the boards are kind of, even the graphics are kind of inspired from those old Burton boards.
コンアーティストは、まずは軽い板。そうですね、まず最初のコンセプトは、ちょっとショートな板で、パウダーでパフォーマンスを出せる板。そこで、パウダーの中での僕が乗っても問題なく乗れる、バランスに仕上がった板ですかね。
Terry for a while has been riding super high performance, very lightweight boards, and being able to design a board for exactly what he does is not easy, but I think we've really hit it with the Cheetah.
Obviously, Terry is a big influence on the family tree, and he just wanted a little bit longer board, a little bit more stable, a little bit more tail, and that's where his Cheetah 5.9 came from.
For this year's Burton flick, I rode the Cheetah pretty much the whole time. It worked pretty well in the powder. Even though you have that little tail, you can still do some buttering. It's a cruiser board, where you can get good speed and good powder turns.
So this is the Freebird, just kind of your classic split board. I mean, there's so many advantages to this thing. It's like kind of creeping, checking out your line, checking out terrain, zip over here, zip over there. And one multifunctional piece of equipment that, allows you tons of access and tons of fun.
The other option there on splitting is the new Spliff, which is directional nug. We know it rides powder really well, and you do traversing and stuff, it's a lot easier to cross in front of your foot, and that's going to change splitting for sure.
I think the possibilities are endless. The free ride line, especially, that's why I'm so stoked about the family tree concept. And the family tree line is that it opens up so many possibilities for shape. So slight changes in the tail length, the tail shape, the pin shape, the swallow shape. Very slight changes make a big and noticeable difference for the riders. Innovation is going to keep on going the free ride line. Really, really excited to see what we can come up with in the next few years.